But, anyway, a few days ago, Trump admitted that Putin is an aggressor, that Russian Federation is an aggressor, and it's maybe first time, or it's only words.
Yeah, again, they were very happy about that, but I believe that he just don't recognize the difference. He just not recognize the difference between aggressor and not aggressor. He doesn't think that this is important phrase or important determination of some words. Some wording is important. He does not believe in that. Usually, you see, then he speaks about people's life, about the killing a lot of people. He speaks in categories of cards. For him, people is cards or stakes, not the people from the blood. Yeah, we and President Zelensky, by the way, were very disappointed then on their first meeting in White House. President Trump said, "You don't have cards against Russia," and President Zelensky said, "We don't play cards. We don't play cards in this war. This is a war. The Russians, they kill a lot of Ukrainian people, children, women, etc., etc. By the way, also animal, not only people. And they kill it just for killing, not just for fun, for example, like in Kherson, for example, they kill people for fun, daily, each day. They hunting people, Russians. And President Trump says about that as a card game. But today, I thought that maybe he uses this terminology of card game only about the Ukrainian-Russian war, because this war for him is something between, some wild tribes. He doesn't care not about Russians, not about Ukrainians. But not today. He used the same terminology about Israel war in Gaza Strip. He said that if Hamas does not release the hostages today, when all of his on its stakes goes out, that it was also the poker terminology. So also about the hostages of Jews hostages which are in hands of Hamas terrorists, he speaks like about the cards and stakes and poker game. And this is very sad story, but this is the reality we should manage. We can't change President of United States. We can't change his mind. We can't learn him anything. He is very adult, He is not a child.
Yes.
So certainly, our policy, I mean not only Ukrainian but also all the Western world, should just work with that fact that President of United States is not curious person, is not educated person, is not person with knowledge, is not person who wants this, to trust some people with knowledge, to trust some expertise. We never heard and never seen his meetings with advisors. He does not have any security advisors. When he fired his previous security advisor, he didn't hire nobody else
Yes.
except this, yeah. And when he started just his term, so he had this guy, Elon Musk, inside White House, who also fired 1,500 specialists, experts from foreign ministry, yeah, State Department. And now President Trump does not have anybody with expertise. And when Stefan Witkov, for example, he flies to Russian Federation to negotiate, he also does not take any professionals with him. No entrepreneurs, no advisors, just nobody, not any technical stuff. And from this, we have a lot of mistakes and misunderstanding. And when Mr. Witkov come to President Trump and says Putin is ready to withdraw its forces, Russian forces, from Kherson and Zaporozhye district, which is not true, which is just lie, absolute lie by Witkov. President Trump has nobody nearby, has no expert nearby who could tell him, no, that is not true. That is just lie. Because President Putin can't say that physically. That's it. That's the situation.
ridiculous behavior, but we have what we have, and really we have such Trump for us and for the whole world. United States Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that the war in Ukraine could end within 60-90 days if Europe imposes significant secondary tariffs on countries that buy Russian oil, reports Reuters and Bloomberg about it. For example, Scott Bessent also added that the Donald Trump administration will not impose additional tariffs on Chinese goods to stop China from buying Russian oil unless European countries apply their own high tariffs on China and India. At the same time, Bloomberg reported that European Union postpones 19th sanctions package against Russia due to Trump's demands. So, first question, do you believe that with such conditions the war really can end in 60-90 days?
At least after this claim by Scott Bessent, I know who stands after these Mr. Trump ideas about 60 days or 50 days. You remember all of this
Ultimatums.
yeah, exactly. This countdown by Mr. Trump about Russian Federation, for example, or about China, or about European Union when he postponed the new tariffs for 30 days, 60 days. So obviously this is the methodics of Scott Bessent, yeah, because now we also speak about the sanctions or tariffs, and this is Scott Bessent who stands after that, yeah. If it will be working, I'm not sure. I can't calculate. This guy, he can calculate the, let's say, not the diversity, but I don't know how to say that. How long could Russia survive under these or these sanctions, for example? This is very, very economical calculation, which just can't do that. I have no qualification for that, yeah. But it doesn't look like that, about 30 days or 60 days. It doesn't look. Because we saw as United States, they imposed the new tariffs against India, 50% on all the goods of India for the trade with Russian oil. But India did not stop to trade Russian oil. That's it. So we are not sure that immediately after new fares, new tariffs against China, China will stop to buy Russian oil. If we were sure that China will stop to buy Russian oil, yes, it would work, obviously. Could Russia survive without any external money and external supply of goods more than 30, 60 days? No, it can't survive. Yeah, obviously. Here I agree that Russia is not self-sufficient state, is not self-sufficient territory. This is territory which does not produce nothing except of maybe weapon and oil, but also weapon and oil they not produce themselves. They produce it with Chinese technology, Chinese engineers, and the slaves from Central Asia. So Russians itself, they just can't produce nothing. And they just count the money from Chinese money, yeah, and buy some food from China and cars, etc., etc. By the way, today we heard the good news that Russia does not have any money, and Russia buys goods from China not for money, but for wheat, for example,
Yes.
and for other food, and for something which produced by agriculture, yeah, produced by agriculture, or by some fertilizers, for example. That's it. So this is the good news. So obviously, Mr. Besant, he is right, and tactically about this, I don't know.